We've all heard that masturbation is entirely normal, but how much is too much? How often can you do it daily without it being considered an addiction? What if you find it hard to stop? Let's tackle these questions and explore why you might want to rethink this seemingly harmless habit that can potentially become a snare for your life. It's crucial to highlight this modern-day issue that diminishes the strength and resolve of many young people and adults. In this video, you'll gain insights into what happens to our brain from both scientific and philosophical perspectives. Let's dive in. Contemporary medicine asserts that masturbation is a natural behavior, not only in humans, but also seen in dogs and other mammals. However, this perspective on masturbation hasn't always been the norm. In the past, masturbation was deemed immoral, especially for men, as it was thought to waste reproductive potential. For women, it was believed that masturbation might lead them to seek pleasure independently, thus distancing them from men. Additionally, there was a notion that masturbation caused various illnesses, making it something to avoid altogether. Now let's focus on the present. What do we understand about masturbation, particularly for men dealing with insomnia? It's known to help induce sleep. Research by the French Institute of Health and Medical Research found that the male brain switches off sexual desire after orgasm. The cerebral cortex, responsible for conscious thought, relaxes after climax, which stops the urge to continue sexual activity and promotes sleep. This explains why many men fall asleep following sexual activity. So what's the catch? Hidden within this benefit is a potential pitfall, and if you follow this channel, you'll see what I mean. Masturbation triggers the release of dopamine in your brain, a hormone that enhances our mood, alleviates stress, and gives a sense of reward. This pleasure can become so intense that some people develop an addiction. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders recognizes hypersexuality disorder, categorizing excessive masturbation as a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder. This can lead to both mental and familial issues, making it difficult to control oneself and becoming trapped by one's desires. It can lead to seeking out prostitutes, having multiple sexual partners, and consuming excessive pornography as a dopamine-hungry brain seeks pleasure. The addiction to masturbation originates from the chemicals released in the brain. As the brain adapts to these releases, it requires more dopamine to feel the same pleasure as before, compelling repeated masturbation. This can escalate to the point where the brain blocks dopamine receptors to avoid overindulgence, causing frustration as the act no longer brings pleasure. This cycle is similar to the behavior of smokers, chocolate addicts, and alcoholics. You might be wondering how Stoicism fits into this. The Stoics viewed pleasure and lust from a unique angle. For them, masturbation wasn't just about physical satisfaction, but an opportunity to explore the limits of the body and mind. They saw it as a practice of self-awareness and a path to true freedom. Epicurus argued that self-control, not indulgence, distinguishes a good person. Enjoying pleasure while understanding and restraining it reflects higher self-awareness. We must master our desires rather than being controlled by them. Seneca reminds us that reflection on masturbation is about deep understanding and self-mastery, not simply repression. This involves directing our emotions toward conscious self-exploration. It's about understanding, accepting, and embracing our deepest tendencies. The Stoics taught that every action has consequences for us and the natural order of the universe. Uncontrolled masturbation disrupts this harmony, making us prisoners of our desires and distancing us from true inner peace. Compulsive masturbation can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and dissatisfaction. We must control intense emotions through introspection and self-regulation. By consciously facing our emotions, we can manage them healthily and constructively. This encourages finding inner peace within ourselves, with true satisfaction lying in self-mastery and finding joy in simplicity and virtue. Allow me to share an inspiring story. I know someone who struggled with compulsive masturbation, seeking momentary pleasure but facing emotional turmoil afterward. By immersing themselves in practicing self-control, they underwent a profound transformation. They learned to confront their desires and emotions consciously, finding true joy and self-control. They now live a life of inner peace and authenticity, free from the grip of fleeting desires. True satisfaction comes from living according to our deepest principles and values. When we give in to fleeting desires, we lose sight of what we truly value. Compulsive masturbation can distance us from our noblest purposes and lead us away from the true happiness found in virtue and inner peace. Practicing meditation and mindfulness can promote the mental calm needed to resist temptations and face our emotions healthily. This compulsion becomes an obstacle to mental serenity, dragging us into regrets and steering us away from the peace found in self-control and moderation. My friend, what are you doing with your life? Do you think sitting at home, watching videos and taking pleasure in your own hands will make you confident and successful? Do you think wasting your time and energy on such activities will attract the opposite sex? No, never. So think wisely and write in the comments. I am a powerful person. I have control over my mind. I choose to do what motivates and improves me. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for future videos. Until next time, stay aware, stay empowered, and remember, knowledge is your greatest defense against the unseen forces that shape our world.